How do weather forecasts, GPS apps, traffic systems, and business predictions work? Well, welcome to another explainer for Class 10, where we are going to find out by mastering mathematical modeling techniques. Seriously, think about those massive systems running our everyday tech marvels. How do they actually predict tomorrow's weather or route you around a traffic jam?
The secret behind all of them is mathematical modeling techniques, and today we are going to master them in the easiest and most visual way possible. This is where math steps right out of your textbook and into the real world.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the core concept, types of models, the 5 key steps, run through some practice examples, check out real-life applications, and finally, wrap up with mastery and revision so you can ace those board exams.
Okay, let's dive straight into Section 1, the core concept. So, what exactly is mathematical modeling? Well, by definition, it's representing real-world problems using mathematical equations, graphs, formulas, and logical relationships. But in plain English, we're basically just acting as translators. We take a messy, real-life situation, like say trying to figure out the future population of your town, and we translate it into the clean, precise language of math. We grab the current population, the growth rate, and time, and we build an equation to literally predict the future. It's using math to decode real life.
Moving right along to Section 2, Types of Models.
Now, not all problems are the same, right? So we need different tools. We've got 4 distinct flavors here: algebraic, graphical, statistical, and simulation. Think of these as 4 different superpowers, each perfectly suited for a specific type of problem. Let's break them down.
First up, algebraic models. These use equations and formulas to show relationships between variables. They're super straightforward. Let's say we want to model the distance traveled by a car cruising at a constant speed of 60 kilometers per hour. We use the classic formula, distance equals speed multiplied by time. So our algebraic model is just d equals 60t. Super simple, but incredibly powerful for nailing down exact numbers.
Second, we have graphical models. These use graphs and charts to visually represent data. Look, staring at a giant list of numbers can be pretty confusing, but a graph? It makes things instantly click. If we plot daily temperature changes on a graph, we don't need to do any complex math to instantly spot the high, the low, or the overall trend. They're absolutely perfect for comparing values at a single glance.
All right, let's look at the final 2. On the left, statistical models. These analyze giant sets of data to make predictions, like looking at your past study hours versus your exam marks to predict if hitting the books harder actually bumps up your score. Businesses use these constantly for predicting sales. Then, on the right, simulation models. This is where we use computer programs to literally imitate complex real-world systems. Scientists use these to safely test things that are way too dangerous or massive to test in real life. We're talking simulating flight physics or predicting massive hurricanes.
All right, we've got our tools. Now for Section 3, the 5 steps.
These 5 steps are absolutely crucial for your board exams, so pay attention. Step 1, identify the problem. You've got to clearly understand the real-world issue, like predicting tomorrow's rainfall. Step 2, formulate the model. This is the translation phase, converting the situation into math by identifying your variables. Step 3, analyze the model. Here's where you actually solve those equations to make your prediction. Step 4, validate the model. Basically, compare your math to actual real-world data. Does it hold up? And finally, Step 5, interpret the results. Draw your conclusions and make smart decisions based on what the math is telling you.
Let's put that theory into action with Section 4, Practice Examples.
Here's a classic algebraic model problem you might see. A student studies for 2 hours daily. How many hours will they study in 15 days? Let's use our steps. Step 1, identify the problem. We need total study time. Step 2, formulate the model. Total study hours equals 2 multiplied by the number of days, or simply h equals 2d. Step 3, analyze by substituting our variable. Here, d equals 15, so h equals 2 times 15, and boom, our final answer is boldly 30 hours. Beautiful, simple, logical math.
Let's try one more, real quick. Imagine a water tank filling at a rate of 5 liters per minute. We need to know the total water after 20 minutes. So we formulate the model. Water equals 5 multiplied by time. If time is 20 minutes, we just plug that right in. Water equals 5 times 20. The result? Exactly 100 liters. By setting up the model first, predicting the outcome for any amount of time becomes completely effortless.
Okay, let's shift gears to Section 5, Real-Life Applications. The math you just did, it is the literal foundation for massive global industries. Mathematical modeling is heavily used in banking to calculate risk. It is the absolute backbone of AI systems and GPS navigation. It drives weather forecasting, engineering and construction, medical research for disease spread, and heavy-duty business analytics. Get this, even the algorithms deciding your YouTube recommendations right now rely on this exact kind of math to predict what you'll want to watch next. Pretty wild, right?
Finally, the most valuable part for your grades. Section 6, Mastery and Revision. First off, let's talk about the pitfalls you need to actively avoid. Here are the top 5 common mistakes. Number 1, ignoring variables. If you leave a crucial factor out, your whole model fails. 2, using incorrect formulas right from the jump. 3, not checking units. I see this all the time. Mixing up minutes and hours will totally ruin your answer. 4, making things way too complicated when a simple model works best. And 5, skipping real-world validation. You always have to ask, does this mathematical answer actually make sense in the real world? And to combat those mistakes, here are your high-retention exam tricks to instantly boost your speed and accuracy. Trick 1. Always underline the given info in the question. Trick 2. Define your variables clearly before doing a single calculation. Trick 3. Write out the raw formulas first. Trick 4. Double-check those units. And Trick 5. Always interpret your final answer in words. Doing this proves to the examiner that you truly grasp what the model means.
To quickly recap our core takeaway today, modeling helps us use math to analyze problems logically and make better decisions. Once you know how to convert a messy, everyday situation into a clean equation, you gain the superpower to analyze it and make drastically better choices. It literally connects the math in your textbook with science, tech, business, and your everyday life.
So, I'll leave you with this. What real-world problem will you model next? Try creating simple models yourself and watch your problem-solving skills completely skyrocket. If this video helped you understand modeling techniques easily, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Let's make maths practical, simple, and fun together. Catch you in the next explainer.